What is up, comic fam? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and today we're going to be looking at next week's new comic book day and what books made my pool list. Essentially, my top picks, essentially the Legion list. But first, check this out. Before we get into all the books, I do want to point out there is still time to enter the Ultimate Fallout 4 giveaway. If you're interested in winning this exact copy of Ultimate Fallout 4, the first appearance of Miles Morales, be sure to go back in the channel, look for this thumbnail right there, check out the video. It's got all the details inside. So I appreciate everybody that is a part of the channel, all the members and everybody that's already entered. And that is open until the end of this month. Once this month ends, all entries are done. So let's get right into it. This is an awesome week for books. I have, I think, about 11 books on my pool this week, and we're kicking it off with Detective Comics issue number 1061. This, I think, is going to be the final issue with this whole little Riddler kind of filler story, really. Mariko Tamaki is still writing this, but we're getting to the end of Mariko's time on Detective Comics. Ram V is about to be taking over the title, which I am really excited for. Ram V is one of those rising star writers that blew me away in the past couple of years, and I think taking on Detective Comics is a perfect fit for him. But inside of the pages of this issue, we're going to be seeing the Riddler's little plan come together and kind of give us the answers to what his real point is. I've been wondering if this is even really the Riddler or not, or if this is a copycat. But this is really cool riddle that he's been putting into the city about like when is a guilty man not guilty. And my mind always keeps going to when he's framed or when he's innocent. So I'm wondering if this isn't even the Riddler or not. But needless to say, Talia's in this issue. She's back in town. As you can see from the cover, they're doing a bit of wooing on each other right there. But I'm more or less ready to get past this little filler arc and get to the next era for this title. Next up, we have Action Comics issue 1044. Philip Kennedy Johnson is still hitting home run after home run with every single issue of Action Comics. It is mind-blowing how much he has brought Superman back to like the forefront. I really wish I'd see more people picking up this title and really taking advantage of having a phenomenal writer on what should be your flagship character for DC. Obviously, he's taken a secondary seat to Batman, who's really just dominating across the board. But inside of the pages of 1044, we're going to be seeing Kal-El rising. And this is part of the whole War World saga with Mongol. And he's out of the chains. We had the whole uprising, and now we have to see if he's able to get all of the people of War World to have his back and to kind of fight the powers that be that are the Mongol that is. This has been such an awesome iteration of Mongol. Philip Kennedy Johnson really found a way to create a Mongol that is actually fearsome, and he's an actual power level threat to Superman. This whole lineage thing that he's added into him with every Mongol is a different Mongol. You have to usurp your father to kind of take the mantle, creating a more powerful one as the years go. Such a brilliant idea. Midnighter has been one of my favorite parts of this story, and he's going to be full front and center in this issue, I believe. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you guys actually give this title a shot. Next up, we have Berserker issue number 9. So this is the first issue of the final arc of the series, but I didn't even realize there's been separate arcs in this series, to be honest with you. Matt Kent, along with Keanu Reeves, has been writing this. It was really just a proof of concept for future film and TV show properties, which I believe Netflix has optioned. But we're supposed to, again, it's the same thing we've heard before, get the origins to the primary character who they just call B. And who knows what's going on in this at this point. It's just kind of spinning its wheels and not getting anywhere. It seems very repetitive, but I'm still intrigued enough to keep picking it up, and knowing that it's only supposed to be 12 issues, I'm going to see it through. I'm already this far into it. And it does have some fun action. I think it's Ron Garney is doing the art on the inside, if I'm not mistaken. But it's hit or miss with me, man. Like, parts of the issue will be good, parts won't be. But we'll see how it plays out. I'm definitely going to ride it out. Next up, I'm really excited for this one. We have Tom King's final issue to Batman Catwoman. So this is issue 12 of his maxi series. We did have a one-shot, a holiday special along the way, but we're getting the wedding issue. This is supposed to be the kind of tying up the loose ends to what didn't play out when he was on the primary series of Batman. It's been a really, really complex story, to be honest with you. We've had like 3 different time plots going through the entirety of this series, from 2 levels, 2 different time eras in the past that run through, like when Catwoman was more of a villain and Batman and her were going back and forth, to a time when they were kind of more connected with each other. And we really see how much Batman compromised because of his love for her, and how difficult it was for her to be in a relationship with him, because it was like fighting against who she was the entire time. And then we get like the current era, which is like old woman Catwoman, like old lady Catwoman, where their kid is the current Batwoman of the city. Dick Grayson's the commissioner, and she's wanted for killing the Joker. But in this flashback sequence, I guess we're going to see what actually plays out with the wedding that never happened in the primary pages of Batman years ago. And it also promises, obviously, not to be a conventional wedding, and it tells us that we don't want to miss it. I'm sure it's going to have some twists and turns along the way. This is an awesome, awesome clay man cover that's featured right here, and it's really cool. If you look, you've got Bruce and Selina front and center, but you have all these different Batman and Catwoman from over the years, from their respected eras. I just think it's an awesome cover. It's been a really, really fun series. We had Phantasm through most of it, which is a great character from probably the best Batman feature film that's ever been made. But you really have to be a Tom King fan to really enjoy this one, because it's extra Tom Kingy. Next up, we have Batman Beyond the White Knight, issue number 4, I believe. Yeah, issue number 4. So in this one, we have Batman's been sent out to go find Harley Quinn's oldest kid. She's out on the run. She's kind of rebelling against her mom, finding out the truth about her father, that he was the Joker and that she is the one that killed him. And so Bruce is going out trying to find her. And of course, he has Jack, aka the Joker, in his ear, who's been like this little nano implant in his head. So he goes with him everywhere. We have Terry running around as Batman Beyond with the stolen suit that Derek Powers kind of geared him and maneuvered around to get him to steal for him. And we're supposed to be getting kind of Derek Powers' long game in this, or kind of what his goal is for Gotham City. He's pretty much the guy running the whole show in the city at this point. He's obviously our big bad for this volume. And of course, it's amazing artwork in it. Sean Gordon Murphy crushes it. He's the writer and the artist on it. And whenever you have that opportunity for the writer to do the artwork on their own title, it tends to lean a lot more dynamic storytelling for the art. They really know what their intentions are, and they're really able to put it out on the pages. So the only thing I would say, you get a lot of repetitive poses. You always get that side shot of Batman with his Captain Morgan pose and stuff, but it still looks dope nonetheless. I highly recommend this series for any Batman fan. And even if you're not, Sean Gordon Murphy has created such an amazing universe for this White Knight series. Next up, we have Department of Truth, issue number 19. So another one that every issue just completely delivers. This is pretty much the only tie-in book that I swear by at this point. It's just so good. And in this one, we're supposed to be diving into the details behind the Ministry of Lies, which is Russia's equal opposite to the Department of Truth, which is the American version of the same operation. Two warring powers on the planet trying to gain dominance over who has the narrative of truth in the world. So I'm excited for this one. I don't know if this book has any end in sight, or if it's just a completely ongoing title. Either way, I'm going to continue to get it. Tynan's really just blowing me away with his storytelling in this, and how deep all this goes. He clearly does a ton of research for each of these issues. Next up, one I'm super pumped about is the Swamp Thing. This is season 2. It's issue 14 of 16. So season 1 was just issue 1 through 10. It got extended, so here we are. And this second half has been super dope. They've introduced a completely new avatar, the Avatar of Industry. And we've also got Jack Hawksmoor from Stormwatch in this one, who kind of can talk to cities. So it's kind of fitting that we have this Avatar of Industry, which come up in through Detroit, and he's sucking the life out of everything. And when we find out that Swamp Thing is not doing a very impressive performance per the Parliament, which is like the band of Mother Earth pretty much. And they stripped Levi of the ability to be the champion of the green, the Avatar of the Green. And while he wasn't necessarily too upset by this, he does have some allies who are rooting for him inside of the Parliament. And in the midst of being depowered, we had Hal Jordan show up at his doorstep asking for Swamp Thing's help, as there is a bio-based alien life form about to invade Earth, and you need somebody that can speak with it. So don't know how that's going to play out. It seems like a weird decision to make this late in the game to bring in this little subplot, but if it'll play into the bigger picture of what's going on, I'm all cool with it. More or less, this entire 14 issues has just been an origin play out for this new Avatar, Levi Kamei, which has been dope. So all these little subplots have just given us a little different element of being Swamp Thing that he's having to learn about himself and learn how to function and move forward with. So I'm absolutely all in on this. This is another one that Ron B is helming, and if you have not been picking it up, go get it. Go find it. Get the trades if they're available yet, but jump on this. Do not miss out. This is like right up there, not far from Alan Moore's run. Like, he really gets this Swamp Thing character. And next up, we have Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, issue number 9. This is Rick Remender's image title that he's got running. It's been wild. It's about a bunch of hitmen and stuff, and it's really, really twisted, a little weird. There's not a lot of dialogue in it. It's very visually story driven, and I am one issue behind on this, so I did not dive into the synopsis on this one, as I don't want to get anything spoiled. But I'm assuming we're still following our main character Sonny, trying to make it like we don't really get too many answers about anything. It's just question after question and turn after turn. But we were led to believe that he was a hitman with possibly memory disorder, and then you turn out that he's a sleeper agent, like inside this whole wet work operation. He gets stuck with a kid from a hit that he didn't follow through with, and it just I just need to get caught up on this one. But it's definitely one I still recommend, even being one issue behind. Next up, one I'm really excited for is Aquaman issue number 5. So this has been really fun, especially if you're an Aquaman fan. This is just like a buffet for you. You've got Jackson Hyde, you got Arthur Curry, and you have Black Manta all working together to try to stop this uprising of sleeper agents, these ancient sleeper agents that are getting turned on and detonated all over the world, really just ruining Atlantis's face with the rest of the planet. They're ready just to try to shut down Atlantis. So you have the three of them working together to go try to build this deactivation machine to try to get ahead of all these active sleeper agents that are turning on and pretty much just blowing. It's been wild. It's been fun. Chuck Brown's doing a really good job with this. I know that this series does have an end in sight, so I'm excited to see what not only Chuck Brown does next, but what are they going to do with Aquaman in our main title stuff here. We had Aquaman the Becoming miniseries, the Black Manta miniseries, and then this. I was wondering if all of this was kind of more or less timed out and hoping that it would be along the same time as the movie releasing, that, as most people know, got pushed back. So who knows what they'll try to do, because they always try to do something around the time of movie releasing just to get them extra sales, get that extra exposure. So I'm wondering if they're just kind of canning this one for now and just kind of reassessing and going from there. But needless to say, I'm still picking it up, and I hope that it finishes strong. Next up, here's another one that I hope finishes strong. This is the final issue of Tom Taylor's 7 Secrets. This has been so wild, so crazy, turn after turn, just gotcha moment after gotcha moment. I cannot wait to read this. We're getting the full goodbye, the full answers to Casper, our main character's origin, on what he is, where he comes from, and how I don't want to spoil anything, and how he is the key to everything. And we had a crazy event happen in the last issue, and I can't even imagine where it's going to go from here. But it's next level. This is next level wild. And since this is the final issue with issue 18, go back and read it. I will tell you, you don't even know what this series is about until you get to the 6th issue, and it just blows your mind, and it's just nonstop from there. But Tom Taylor, hats off to you for delivering such an amazing series. What a phenomenal journey it's been reading this. So shout out in the comments if you've been reading this and what you thought of it. And lastly, for this week, we have Power Ranger Unlimited One Shot, and this is going to be called Countdown to Ruin. So I'm not sure what it's about, not sure what's going on. The Power Ranger Unlimited stuff, I'm actually 5 issues behind. They did the Power Ranger Unlimited stuff, and it was weird. It was in a time with the team that just never existed except inside the pages of that. It's really just trying to build up Dark Spectre and stuff. So I don't know if they're just using the Power Ranger Unlimited banner just to let us know that it's outside of the main story, and this is just a random one-shot. I see that we have Andros as well as the Silver Ranger on the cover, so I am kind of excited about that. I was lucky enough to meet the Silver Ranger in real life a year before last. So, yeah, Andros did just get brought into the main series as well. So we'll see if this is just kind of adding some context to that. And I'm excited to check it out all the same. So that's all I have for my pool list this week. Let me know in the comments what you're picking up. And I do want to give a quick shout out to the channel sponsors. Be sure to hit up Big Time Collectibles if you're ever looking for any amazing exclusives. And if you need anything cleaned or pressed, hit up our friend Justin Comics over on Instagram. Use the promo code WeAreLegion and take advantage of that discount he's got running. And then lastly, if you want to know what my top pick for this week is and why, be sure to check out the Comic Vets channel. Give him a subscribe every Sunday. He drops a video where him and I both give you our top pick for this coming week and why. And a huge shout out to my LCS, the Augusta Book Exchange. If you're ever in the Augusta area, hit them up, look them up, tell Paul and Donna we said hello, and let them know that we are Legion. All right, guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're picking up. Let me know if there's something that I didn't put on my list that you just think I have to read. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.